Carrying capacity is a fundamental concept in ecology that helps us understand how populations grow and what limits that growth. It represents the maximum population size that an environment can sustain indefinitely with the resources available. Think of it as nature's way of maintaining balance between living organisms and their environment. Carrying capacity is defined as the maximum number of individuals of a species that an environment can sustain indefinitely with available resources. In ecology, we represent this concept with the symbol K. This value isn't fixed forever. It can change based on environmental conditions, resource availability, and other factors that affect the ecosystem. When a population reaches its carrying capacity, births and deaths balance out, leading to a stable population size. Several key factors determine the carrying capacity of an environment. First is food supply. Without adequate nutrition, populations cannot survive or reproduce effectively. Second is water availability, which is essential for all life processes. Third is living space. Organisms need sufficient territory for shelter, breeding, and avoiding overcrowding. Finally, environmental conditions like temperature, pH, and other physical factors play crucial roles. When any of these factors becomes scarce, it limits how many individuals the environment can support. When we graph population size over time, we typically see an S-shaped curve, also known as logistic growth. The population starts small and grows slowly at first. Then it enters a phase of rapid exponential growth. Eventually, as resources become limited, the growth rate slows down. Finally, the population levels off and stabilizes at the carrying capacity, represented by K on the graph. This horizontal line shows the maximum sustainable population size. The population oscillates around this level, sometimes going slightly above or below, but generally remaining stable. The S-shaped growth curve consists of 3 distinct phases. Phase 1 is the lag phase, where population growth is slow. This happens when organisms are adapting to their environment and reproduction hasn't reached its full potential. Phase 2 is the exponential phase, characterized by rapid population increase. Resources are abundant and reproduction occurs at maximum rates. Phase 3 is the plateau phase, where the population stabilizes at carrying capacity K at this point. The birth rate equals the death rate, and the population size remains relatively constant. Factors affecting carrying capacity fall into 2 categories. Density-dependent factors are those that become more intense as population density increases. These include competition for resources, predation, and disease transmission. As populations grow denser, individuals compete more fiercely for food and space. Predators find prey more easily, and diseases spread more rapidly. Density-independent factors affect populations regardless of their density. These include natural disasters like floods or fires, climate change, and human activities such as habitat destruction. These factors can drastically alter carrying capacity without being influenced by how many organisms are present. Let's look at some real-world examples. Deer populations in forests are limited by available vegetation and the presence of predators. If vegetation is scarce or predators are abundant, the carrying capacity for deer decreases. Fish in a pond are constrained by oxygen levels and food supply. Overcrowding can deplete oxygen and lead to population crashes. Bacteria in a culture dish are restricted by nutrient availability and waste buildup. As nutrients run out and toxic waste accumulates, the bacterial population stops growing and stabilizes at its carrying capacity. To summarize, K represents the maximum sustainable population that an environment can support. Resources such as food, water, and space determine carrying capacity limits. When populations reach K, they stabilize as birth and death rates balance out. It's important to remember that carrying capacity isn't static. It can change over time due to environmental changes, resource availability, or human intervention. Understanding carrying capacity helps us manage wildlife populations, conserve ecosystems, and predict how populations will respond to environmental changes.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.